I like the effort of our guys. You know, the execution probably wasn't as great I wanted, but I thought that they played hard. I thought they were trying to play the right way. The first half was obviously different than the second half. The second half, I thought we made little solo adjustments, and our depth wore down Iona. They're a very good basketball team. English, they got guys that can score. Like they started almost 5 guards. You would think 4 guards, but Larry does a good job of handling the basketball. He's like a point forward. So they're a team that can attack, and they did that in the first half. On the second half, we did a better job, especially on English, of identifying him. The Kashmir kid who had 40 points the other night. The second half, I thought for the game, I thought we paid attention to him. But because Larry, he has a career day. But then I go back to our guys, the balance that we always talk about. We have 4 guys in double figures. Our bench, Nick Babb comes off and gives us some quality minutes. Manuel Watkins, Ja'Cory had an opportunity to start because Landis, he had a bruised foot in the game the other night. He bruised his foot and he wasn't able to go. And he's the guy that, a 5th-year senior, that provides us the toughness. And I didn't think we played with that toughness in the first half. The second half, I thought we brought it. We brought that along with energy.
Kind of interesting. Qualls is pretty sick. How's he doing? And he didn't look sick the way he played.
He was sick earlier today, yesterday. He was hurting a little bit, but it just tells you his heart. He wasn't going to let his team down, and probably played as much. I think he probably plays more minutes than he's ever played. I guess there's something about that. When guys get sick, they have career days. He almost had a double-double, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Played well. He played well.
You know, does he have the flu or just a bad cold?
Well, I don't know exactly what it is. He's just under the weather. You know, there's a little stuff going on. I think Bell, even after the game, I think Bell was kind of letting some of the, I won't say what it is, he was letting it go into the toilet. So it might be a little bug that's going around.
You talked about Bab's minutes. You got 18 for you. It's easy to see athletically. It's there for him. What else needs to come along for him to be a guy that can do
He just got the experience, the confidence. I think our guys trust him. He knows how to make plays. That's what I like about him. He can anticipate on defense. It was the times he got matched up with English and those guys were trying to go by him. It's hard for guys to get by him. So I think he does a good job on the defensive side of the basketball. And he's one of those guys he can see. I mean, he went to the hole a couple of times and didn't make shots, but I just like his basketball instincts and IQ.
When did you kind of realize he was ahead of schedule? Because kind of made it sound.
Well, it's been. I've always talked about him in practice. He just keeps doing things that catch my eye, and so I want to see him, you know, out in the game, and that's what he's been doing in practice.
Mike, was Dermot sick too because he only played 3, or just?
No, I mean other guys were playing better. That's just one of those games that he didn't get as many minutes. Some of those guys were. Manuel was playing well. We were just kind of going with the hot hand today.
I think it says about Qualls he can play like that when he's pretty sick, and it looked like he was the guy that was locking down English in the second half most of the time.
Well, you know, sometimes when you're sick, I think you get more focus. I thought he was more zoned in. He was really zoned in on the defensive side of the ball as well as the offensive side of the ball. Normally, Mike plays with the spectacular taking place. Well, tonight he had an opportunity to do some spectacular things, and it was good to see that he understood about poise and bringing it back out, and then, of course, we end up getting a layup on that particular play. So let's hope it's just some experience that comes along with it. You know, things are slowing down for him.
You guys, it's 67-65. You guys are up 2, and then you get a 14-2 run. Well, what do you think keep that?
Well, you just know it's always going to come. I think it's the cumulative effect of the pressure defense. You could see it even around the 10-minute mark. We were getting ready. I think we went up where we were getting ready to pull away, and then I think they cut it maybe back to 3, and that's when you talked about the 14-2 run. So it was eventually getting ready to come. Though we had, I think Ja'Cory was out on the floor, Mike was out on the floor, Bobby was out on the floor. It was some different characters that were out on the floor. I think Babb was out on the floor, but I thought those guys had more energy, and they were really locked in defensively, start coming up with steals. We got every rebound. When they shot those long shots, we got the rebounds, and we were able to push the ball down the floor and transition some offense. And then I thought in our half court, we started attacking the basket.
You got a lot out of Anton Beard today.
Yeah, I thought Beard played well. Then he just continues to give us quality minutes, give us a level of toughness. Made a couple of threes, but he just does a lot of the dirty work that does not show up on the stat sheet.
Those threes he made when you were down, I think the other night and tonight also, is that something you saw him in high school, that ability to score?
You know, it don't faze him. I think he plays the game, whether he's up or down, he just plays it one way, and that's good. I think he's calm under pressure.
How would you compare Iona to some of the other teams you're going to see in conference in Bud Walton this year? To some of the other teams you're going to see play in Bud Walton?
This team here? Oh, I tell you what, they're an attacking team. They got guys who can really just create off the dribble. I mean, you're going to see that. Of course, Kentucky got size, but they got guards that can get in the lanes. Georgia, you look at the man kid. Those guys can really attack. They got some guys that can spot up and shoot the basketball. Again, that's a good basketball team we just played. One of the leading scoring teams in the country. We got Dayton coming here. Dayton is a team that has a lot of players that can really create and attack. We're getting ready to play Iowa State. That's what they do. So basketball is all about advantage, disadvantages, and so they attacked our pressure and did a good job in the first half. I thought in the second half it paid off for us. It really paid off for us. Those shots they were making earlier, they weren't making them.
As far as the land, it's just how long do you think you'll be out?
I have no time limit on it right now. Of course, he's seeking treatment daily, probably hourly. I'm sure he wants to get back, but we'll know more probably next week.
Patrick said this stat about Bell's points in home games. I guess in the last 147 minutes going back to the Ole Miss game last year, he's got like 123. What do you thought about his scoring, especially here at home? What do you think of his game today?
He liked playing at home, huh? Is that what you said? But no, Bell, I just think he's getting better. I think he's getting better. He's maturing. He's understanding his role on this team now. I mean, he's starting. So if you're in that position and that's what you do, then I think you got to go out and you got to produce. But give credit to our guys. I think having an inside presence with Bobby, when those guys are going, and of course guys understanding that he's a guy that can knock some shots down to make the floor open up for us. Our guys are getting it to him at the right time. So he's making shots. That's what he's supposed to do.
Did you have any concern when he had the 2 quick fouls?
No, that's why I put him back out there. We weren't scoring. Our guys were hesitant to shooting the basketball against the zone, and so we had somebody to get back out there to ignite us, and that's what you got to have, somebody to ignite us, and then before long, other guys start making shots. We made 11 tonight, so the second half we shot a little bit better. 2 guys made 8 of them, but it was good to see our guys, especially when you're playing against teams that are going to play zone. And we've seen a lot of zones in the non-conference games thus far.
You said you guys made a subtle adjustment at halftime. What was it?
I would just play a little more fire, a little more energy. We're all on the same page, and it was different guys coming off the bench. And because the first group that went out there, we actually fell down, and so I put some guys that came off the bench, and I just thought they really came and just were in attack mode. They were in attack mode. We attacked the basket. The first half we settled. The second half we attacked the basket on offense and did a better job defensively of guarding them.
Well, what do you think Qualls did in the second half to really lock down on English?
I think he just kept him in front of him. I thought he just used his length, his athletic ability to be with him. In the first half, anytime those guys were penetrating and pitching, that's why our guys got in trouble. Our guys bit in, and those guys are spotting up, knocking shots now. And we gave up too many baskets at the basket there. Like I said, the Lowry kid had a career high in the first half. It was a 2-man show. He and English in the first half. So that means we didn't do a good job on those guys. Much better in the second half.